Executive Q&A Mastery. Senior sounding phrases for control. Welcome. Today we're mastering executive Q&A. Your goal is simple. Stay calm and sound senior. Senior doesn't mean longer answers. It means clear structure, measured tone, and confident choices. When a tough question lands, pause, breathe, and then answer. That half-second beat signals control. Start by acknowledging the question, good point. Then steer the topic to what matters for the decision at hand. You're not dodging, you're prioritizing. Think. Concise headline, essential facts, next steps. This mindset turns pressure into presence and keeps the discussion productive. Start with a clarifier to make sure you're answering the right question. Just to clarify, are you asking? Or, let me make sure I understand. Then restate the core issue in plain language. This does three things. It buys time to think, it narrows the scope to something you can answer precisely, and it surfaces any hidden assumptions. For example, just to clarify, are you asking about timeline, not budget? If they confirm, you can be targeted and brief. If they don't, you've prevented a long, off-track response. Precision beats verbosity every time. Lead with a crisp summary. Here's the headline. Then, offer the minimum detail needed to support it. If the question is messy, impose order. Let's separate this into two parts. Follow with a clean path. First, what we know. Second, next steps. Example. Here's the headline. We can hit launch in Q3. What we know, engineering is on track. Next steps. Finalize vendor by Friday. This structure keeps you in control, prevents rabbit holes, and helps busy stakeholders grasp the essentials without chasing every tangent. Start with respect to lower defenses. That's a fair question. Then guide attention to the decision driver. The real issue is, use this to refocus on impact, risk, or timing. For senior audiences, tailor the lens. What matters for the board is... Example. That's a fair question about features. The real issue is adoption. What matters for the board is the path to 30% active use in 90 days. You validate the concern while steering to what changes the outcome. That's executive communication. Empathetic, direct, and decisive. When you don't have an answer, own it cleanly. I don't have that number offhand. Follow immediately with value. And here's what we do know. Provide the best available facts, ranges, or trend. Then set a commitment. Let me revert by EOD with the data. Add how you'll get it. I'll pull the latest from finance and confirm assumptions. This approach protects credibility, prevents guesswork, and shows momentum. You're not avoiding. You're sequencing. Partial clarity now, precise details soon, and a time-stamped promise to close the loop. A good way to handle what-ifs. If X, then our play is Y. Keep it disciplined with under-reasonable assumptions to define the scenario. Then add guardrails so you don't overpromise. This holds if churn stays under 5% and supply is stable. Example, if demand spikes 20%, then our play is to prioritize enterprise tiers. Under reasonable assumptions on logistics, we can fulfill in 2 weeks. You're signaling strategic thinking, not crystal ball certainty. Clear choices, stated conditions, and measurable triggers. When tension rises, lower your voice and slow your pace. Calm is contagious. Set tone with, let's keep this constructive. Align on a shared goal. We're aligned on the outcome. Then move to solution language. Here's what we can do in the next 48 hours. Example. Let's keep this constructive. We're aligned on the outcome. A clean launch with no customer disruption. Immediate step. Free scope today. Contingency plan by tomorrow. You're reframing from blame to action, while projecting control and respect. Always land the plane. Summarize with, to wrap up, decision, owner, date. Example, decision, proceed with the pilot. Owner, Priya. Date, kickoff Monday. Then confirm follow-ups and risks. Finance will send the cost model. Risk is vendor capacity. End with a clear next step that signals momentum. We'll report early indicators at Thursday stand-up. This ending gives the room certainty on who does what by when, and it leaves you sounding deliberate, organized, and ready to execute.